Good job, Wyatt. Alright everybody, welcome back to the farmstead. So, been a little busy with a lot of stuff, but the next project I started working on was the fireplace. This fireplace is going to be in sort of like the garage storage area that I'm building here. I'll show you real quick. Be a good place so we can work on stuff and hang out, and you know, when it's getting a little chilly we can keep warm and stuff like that. But so I'm primarily making this video because I've never put together a fireplace before. So let me show you something here. So this is kind of what I've been coming up with. Now, I reclaimed those blocks on the bottom. A neighbor was taking out some demo work on a garage he was doing right next door, and they seem pretty good block. Old, but they're actually thicker, you know, and they seem more sturdy than the ones that I had that were left over from when we built the bottom half of the building over there. So I just figured I'd utilize them instead of buying more. Now, poured a footer under here. Under the footer there's a little, that's for drainage, because a lot of the water sometimes will want to come down when it rains real bad, and just trying to give it a path so it doesn't find its way under the building. So 6-inch PVC underneath it just to get it away. But other than that, that's a solid concrete pad with rebar and should be pretty solid. And then from that rebar into the pad, coming up in the corners, and then a couple in the middle, but mainly in the corners and out on the front edges. And then I backfilled it with concrete and leftover mortar as I went, you know, a little bit different here and there for each one. I didn't want to waste anything, so I backfilled them all, 1/2-inch rebar all the way up. Changed it over to 3/8 rebar up here, because this is where we're going to start stepping it in to create a chimney. I'm going to try to step it all the way into, say, like a maybe 24 by 24 chimney made out of the cinder block at this point, to go up from there to carry the smoke up. I'm going to have to cut this one on each time I try to step it in. So I'm going to take about 2 inches off of it almost every time it goes up. And then that should stagger it all the way out. Now, that's the plan to date right now. But the video is kind of like a, maybe if anybody knows anything about this where they could share some information with me, that'd be great. You know, down in the comments section, if you see anything that might be helpful, that I could avoid a problem later, because again, this is the first time I've ever tried to build a fireplace. While I'm thinking it's coming together pretty good, there may be a problem that I could avoid if somebody has any insight. So what I'm thinking about doing is just lining the bottom and the sides here in the firebox with fire brick and probably refractory cement to hold those in place. I think that should be good as far as you know, keeping it from like falling apart after getting hot for a while. We're also it's gonna go straight up on the inside right here, and I'm going to cut an oak log, put it across the front, refinish. You won't see any of the block by the time I'm done. Actually, what I'm going to do is I have a bunch of stone here, a lot of sandstone, and I can pretty easily with my DeWalt hammer drill on a chipping mode. That was one rock. I cut it, I split it in 3 sections pretty easily. So we'll probably use stuff like that to sort of line the interior and the exterior, just to give it a nice sort of rock finish look. But if anybody has any pointers, anything they'd like to say, anything they'd like to bring up, mention something that they think might be helpful for me, please leave it in the comments section. I'd greatly appreciate any insight. If you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up.